So now we're showing you what happens after we've made silver shot. So he's just cleaning off the vacuum cleaner. He's just turned it on. We're pulling it out of the oven, and it's very hot. That's why we're using tongs and gloves. It's over 1,000 degrees. So we set it on there, and it's a vacuum caster, and so it's using vacuum to suck in the silver. So we get it on and make sure the machine's working and that the suction's working. And then we turn on the flame. This is always a fun part. We get it to the right heat so that it will melt the silver. And we use a little bit of boric acid on the silver to help and keep it clean. And that's why you see a green flame, because boric acid causes green flames. And so he's warming up the silver there. And he's going to just circle, try and make it nice and even, get everything. Because there's all a bunch of pieces, we want them to all melt together before we pour it. And so that's what he's doing. Since it's a lot less silver, it doesn't take too terribly long, but it takes a minute or two to get that all melted. As you can see, it's melted, and he's jiggling back and forth to make sure that it picks up all the little pieces of silver, so that when he pours, he doesn't want any silver left, because we measure it exactly to give exact amount of silver needed for the ring. And he's getting ready to pour. He gives it a quick one pour, try to get it all down, because suction pulling that silver to fit in all the little nooks and crannies of the ring. He's just kind of cleaning off the boric acid so it's ready for next time. Now we're getting ready to quench. It's been a few minutes. Look how hot it is still. That was cold water or cool water that it goes into. And we just dip it in there. It breaks away all the investment, which is kind of like a plaster of Paris, similar thing. And it cools it down because it's still very hot, but now it's cool enough to start to touch. Try to find the ring. You have to be careful with this part. You can lose it. We have lost it before, but this time he kept it right there. You can see the ring looks like it came out well, and so it's still a little hot, so he dipped it a couple times, kind of testing it, and get ready to do it, and it is out. So now we've pulled it out, we've rinsed it off a little bit, just taking a look at it, make sure there's no pits or holes or anything. It looks like it came out beautifully. So now we're going to start finishing it out. And this process is to help make the ring smooth, so it gives it that bright, shiny finish. And so we never skip the inside, because people may think the inside doesn't need to be done, but it does. It makes it comfortable on your finger. Nice, smooth fit. So that's one thing we always do. We actually start with the inside. It helps us make sure we get the ring to the right size, because when grinding it away, it can make it a little, affect the size a little bit. So we'll just spend a little bit there. Now we go to the grinder to grind off that little piece left from the sprue. And every ring has to have a sprue. And that's how you make sure that there's enough metal to go all the way through, and so you don't have, if you don't have enough metal, the ring doesn't come out. So you can see we sped up, he's finishing it out, he got that little sprue off, and it's now even. He's using a file to smooth it out, and using some more to get it smooth, and then do it smooth so that you do it layer by layer to get as smooth as possible, so you get that bright, shiny finish. So he's gonna, like I said, this is sped up, and this is the whole time. It takes quite a while, especially on a piece like this with as many details as it has, to get it all shined up and ready to be buffed and cleaned. And this is a class ring that we've done, and so we're making sure that even in the crevices and every little part gets buffed and finished smooth, so it will shine the best. Okay, again, here's some more. We're touching up the details, the lettering, and the words on the class ring. Alright, at this point it's ready for us to try to set the amethyst. This is a natural 7x5 oval amethyst that we're setting. It's a bezel set. He's making sure it's even, trying to get everything even as possible. And then he used this little tool that he's about to pull out to bend over just the littlest amount of silver, the amount to make it secure, but to help the stone to shine and look really good. So that's what he's doing, making sure everything's level, get the stone in nice and tight. And then here is the finished product. We used enamel to black it like a glass ring, and there it is, all finished.